A medical examiner says that Ahmaud Arbery was dead before his body even hit the ground. This is testimony from today's trial of the three white men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery.
Described the basis for the adrenaline dump and cortisol running through his veins as caused by stress.
Or
right?
fear.
Or fear?
Yes.
Anger?
Anger too, yes.
Okay. And you have no idea what he was afraid of at that point in time, correct?
Well, there's a man holding a shotgun out there.
Right. So could have been afraid of being shot.
And there was a man following him in a pickup truck.
Okay. Could have been afraid of being caught.
Caught? I don't understand.
Do you know if Mr. Arbery was afraid of being caught?
I don't.
Right. You don't know what you don't know.
Well, yes, I don't know what I don't know.
Okay. You testified that there was nothing that could be done on scene that could save Mr. Arbery's life. Is that correct?
I think that's correct, yes.
The phrase you used when you talked to us in March is he was essentially dead before he hit the ground.
Yes.
Dr. Edmund Donoghue said Arbery was hit by 2 of the 3 shotgun blasts fired at him. He said both gunshots caused severe bleeding, and either wound could have killed the 25-year-old man. Jurors also saw autopsy photos that showed Arbery's white T-shirt stained entirely. They also saw close-up photos of his injuries, including several large cuts to Arbery's face from when he fell face down in the street. According to Dr. Donoghue, 13 shotgun pellets exited Arbery's back, and 11 more were recovered from his wounds. Now, folks, tomorrow I'll be broadcasting from Brunswick, Georgia, as well as on Thursday, where nearly 200 black pastors will be there because of one of the attorneys for one of these 3 white men on trial had the audacity to say that they should be barred black pastors from the courtroom, not even attending the trial. Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr., Reverend Al Sharpton, Reverend Dr. William J. Barber, and others have sat with the Arbery family. And so this lawyer said, hey, keep them black pastors out. So they're going to show up en masse come Thursday. They'll be mobilizing tomorrow. So again, we'll be on the ground tomorrow in Brunswick, Georgia, broadcasting there. And then that Black Pastors event is going to take place at 11 a.m. on Thursday, and we'll be live on the Black Star Network from Brunswick, Georgia, to show you what takes place there. And so, Amisha, that attorney, if he thought that he saw a couple of black pastors in the courtroom over the last few days, he's gonna see a few more on Thursday.
Well, one of the things that seems to always happen is when white supremacists try to ban black people, the mobilization efforts seem to happen with the quickness. So it's interesting that that was a statement that was actually used in the courtroom, and one that he stood behind because he said it more than once, but also that he actually talked about the presence of black pastors being akin to the presence of mob bosses being in the room and being intrinsically a distraction and a motivator to push jurors to make a hasty decision in another direction and to actually make them afraid. This is very interesting just because there are literally murders in that courtroom. None of them were Jesse Jackson. So I feel like what we're seeing here is white supremacy on trial and people who just definitely don't want to see black organizing, don't want to see black civic engagement, don't want to see the hand of one of the strongest civil rights leaders offer support to in mourning Ahmaud Arbery's mother, who let out sighs and pleas and was literally, crying in the courtroom today. This was the first time she as well saw some of those images. I think that at this point, there has to be something said about the fact that how many black moms does it take to have their sons taken, their daughters, whomever, taken in this type of brutal way, to shed those types of tears and for white supremacy to remain in the same spot that it has always been. We have a defense in this case that is basically trying to take race out of the cognizance of the general public. Meanwhile, That is the main reason. That is the impetus that the McMichaels and their third idiotic friend jumped in pickup trucks, grabbed a gun, and chased down an innocent black man and murdered him in the street in broad open daylight like a dog. So I don't think that you can remove race from this at all. I think that it is definitely one of the major factors in this case. Plus, we know from the footage that's been seen at the trial thus far that several people walked through that construction site. I'm from Chicago, but I grew up in Mississippi. I walked it through a whole bunch of construction sites and construction homes. People do it, specifically young people do it. Black people, white people, brown people. And we saw that in that video footage that was shown in the courtroom. There was no chasing behind. There was no rifle loaded. There was nothing when young white kids went through that home at all. And multiple ones did it on a regular basis. They saw Ahmaud Arbery, they keyed in on Ahmaud Arbery, chased this man, drove their trucks behind this man, cornered him, and shot him at point blank range. That's sheer murder, and there's no other way we can, try to argue against it.
Folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way.
Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be black-owned media and be scared.
You dig?